G'day guys, I'm Ricky Muir and welcome back to my channel Centre Life Adventure for its first video of 2026. This is my 2016 Mitsubishi Pajero NX. I bought this car as a very low kilometre, well maintained stock vehicle as I needed something that was powerful, economical, had the ability to tow and could be turned into a capable tourer. I also needed 7 seats and I wanted to get around comfortably. And the Mitsubishi Pajero absolutely ticked everything I needed on the list. I have had bigger four-wheel drives before, but I am partial to Mitsubishi Pajeros because my very first four-wheel drive was a Pajero, wildly modified, but I loved that thing. Since owning the Pajero, I've had a 40mm Old Man Emu lift kit put in it, an ARB front air locker, ARB diff breather kit. I have the ARB Deluxe winch bar, all which I had put in at ARB in Sale in Gippsland. I have a carbon off-road winch which I got from Mad Outdoors in Sale. Likewise, I got the perception lighting spotlights from the exact same place. I run a TJM AirTech snorkel, Rhino roof rack, and I've got an Iron Man awning on the other side, which has seen better days because it's been caught in a few storms. And for towing purposes, I had a MM four-wheel drive lockup pro kit put in it, which is a torque converter lockup kit, and I've had trailer brakes, which was a Bendix brand installed. I run a Kenda Cleaver RT601 tyre in 265/65 R18, which in old school terms is approximately 31.2 inches. It's perfect for the combination I've currently got while towing the caravan, doing daily duties, or whatever it is. I would like to run a bigger tyre, but in reality it is very sensible for the vehicle and what I do with it. And for me to do the adventures that I do, whether it's mine exploring, prospecting, just going for a hike, researching old historic sites and walking in, I'm exploring the Gippsland region of the Victorian High Country, and a lot of the tracks are like what's behind me now. But you need faith in your gear, whether it's your tyres or your vehicle's capabilities, because these tracks can suddenly become incredibly steep and challenging, and a little bit of rain can certainly turn what was a good day's trip into a massive recovery mission. So while the majority of the driving around the high country can be much like what I've just shown, the reality is it is very steep and unforgiving terrain and can change in a heartbeat. That's exactly why setting up a capable vehicle, a capable, reliable vehicle, is ideal when you're out in these areas. So while the tracks I've just been doing were very easy, I'm now in much steeper terrain. I'm on Army track in the Donolleys Creek area of the Victorian High Country in Gippsland. One of my followers a while ago said in regard to my Pajero to stick it up Army track because that sorts them out. Mate, challenge accepted. I've done this track in every other four-wheel drive I've ever owned. This section to this point was very easy, but I'm now at what they call the staircase, and I'm going to send the Pajero up the camera line, straight up the hardest possible route I can find. This is a staircase up in front of me. You would think this roof rack leaning up against a tree is probably a reasonably good indication that somebody's come into trouble before and given their paint on their roof a bit of a scratch. So as you can see, it starts off a little bit rutted and then just goes pear-shaped from there. While it's loose and rutty down there, there's no real issue. And to be fair, the track's in reasonably good condition at the moment. But this ledge here, this is where people usually come unstuck. I'm expecting plenty of wheel lift as I come up. Anyway, enough talking, let's go. And that's it. I've just crawled up that staircase on Army track in the Donolleys Creek area in the Victorian High Country. Absolutely like a piece of cake. The well set up four-wheel drive just made the world of difference. If this was raining, however, it would have been a totally different story. But I'm still running 38 PSI on my tyres. I don't have a compressor on board at the moment, so I thought I'll see how I go, but I could always deflate if I needed to. I'm actually surprised that I did it that easy. Being a GLS model, it actually comes with a factory rear diff lock, so adding the ARB front air locker just changed the dynamic of this vehicle completely. So it may not be a big Toyota Land Cruiser or a Nissan Patrol or what you would generally call a real four-wheel drive, but I tell you now, these Mitsubishi Pajeros, they're comfortable, they're smooth, they're economical, they've got mod cons, they're stupidly capable and incredibly underrated. I absolutely love it. So that's the introduction to the car that helps me do the adventures that I do, whether it's exploring old water races or looking for old gold mines or trying to understand why an adit was where it was and the history behind it, or coming in and finding timber history or whatever it is. The history, the sites, the prospecting, everything that I enjoy doing is heavily reliant on having access to the bush and a vehicle that's completely capable of getting me there and back and recovering myself if I need to. Thanks for watching.